Good morning, all you beautiful people, and welcome to That's Really Loud. Let's turn that down. To another episode of the Snapshot Survival series. We're going to start off with our standard farming around the house. You know, you've got to keep it clean, keep it neat and tidy. This is a mess. What a great start. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to use our fortune pickaxe. If you don't know about this, you can use fortune on wheat and you get more stuff out of it. In fact, you can use fortune on all of them. The wheat gives you more seeds than it does wheat, and the potatoes and the carrots, you get more stuff out of it. So if I do this and then collect all these together, they weren't all fully grown. Like this one, I'm not even going to break that one. So they weren't all fully grown, so we only got 41 wheat. But as you can see, we got far more than the 80 seeds. So that way you can get far more seeds. Like I say, with the beetroot, the same thing happens. You get loads of seeds. With the carrots and potatoes, you get loads of carrots and potatoes. So it's worth doing it on those at the very least. And then we're going to feed our friendly neighborhood animals over here. There's so many in here though. This is definitely not really needed. I've got loads of food at home still. I've got enough leather now. It's just habits, and that is that. And next on the list, we come over this way and we visit our friend in here, though he's not been very friendly recently. Mr. Anderson, we meet again. Let's see what he's got for us today. Oh, look at that! Mending 14 straight away. Ah, I've left my paper. Oh, I've got some on me. Can I? Oh, no. Can I? No. No. Please don't change. I'll be back. So we have our paper. Let's see. Hopefully, I mean, it went over there, so you should not have changed. And oh, yeah. And one anvil. Oh, what's happening? Get out the fire! Get out the fire! No! No! Oh. You're welcome. Crazy. And we got a second book. So we've got one for the pickaxe and one for the axe, which so desperately needs at the moment after spending 3 hours re-rolling trades on him the other day. Definitely needs some healing. And we've got our pickaxe and our axe. Now let me ask you a question. When you have an enchanting setup, or you want to have an enchanting setup, what do you need? So we need one table. Yes, check. We got that. That's fine. We need 15 bookshelves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Yep, check. We got that. Yep. Well, so far, so good. This is very nice. We need some gear to enchant. Let's have a look. Yes, we've got gear. All very nice. Very good. Yep. Looks great. We need some experience to enchant with. We don't have that. And we need some lapis, which we have. So all we're missing is the experience, which means today we are be making a mob farm. We're going to be making it far off in this distance, hopefully far enough away that we don't have to look at it, because it will be an eyesore in the sky. I'm going to go over that ridge, off that way, and make it quite high in the air. So I'm going to grab some materials together, and I will be back. These are the materials we're taking over with us. There's just a whole lot of cobble. We've got some slabs there as well for various things. Taking 2 buckets of water. We can make an infinite water source over there, which we'll be needing. And let's go say hello to old Jimmy boy. And he's gone. Jimmy, we hardly knew you. Okay, so they despawn apparently. I had an axolotl in this little pond, a nice yellow one, and he's decided to go elsewhere, which is a bit rude. I treated him like a king, gave him his own swim ball and everything. So I've come up to this area to have a look around. This is nice and high, nice vantage point. I think I'm going to build it kind of here over this flat bit. It's a bit lower. But while I was up here, I noticed another village. So I'm going to run over there and have a look at that. Wow, that's a dangerous hole to have in the middle of town. You'd think they would have patched that up by now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 stacks of cobble here and I'm going to go 128 blocks straight into the sky. This is because the mobs can only spawn from 24 to 128 blocks in a sphere around the player. So by going 128 blocks in the air, it means mobs cannot spawn around here. The only place they can spawn will be up there where I tell them to spawn. And here we are, 128 blocks in the sky. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of these slabs and we're going to put one here. This is a bottom half slab, which means nothing can spawn on this either. What we're going to do from there is we're just going to make a little platform for us to stand on and to work from. Like so. If you want to follow this to make your own one, then by all means make it as big or as wide or however you want to make it really. This is your platform. You build it however you want. As long as they are bottom half slabs like that. So this is the platform that I've made. It's nothing special really. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 22 blocks. A mob has to fall 23 blocks to take to kill itself, take fatal damage. So by doing 22 blocks, we are guaranteeing, or not guaranteeing, but we're making it so that mobs cannot die when they drop down, but they're only left on a half heart. So we can just one hit them and they die. By us killing them, it means we get extra loot from it, and it means we get the experience from it. Any loot that does drop from it also means that it is affected by any looting you might have, so you'll get more from it. I'm just going to expand this out a bit just to get a bit of symmetry and just to get a bit of centralization here for it. So if this is going to be my 2 where I stand, I want this to go around here. So that is going to be my drop chute. We are going to fill this in. I'm just kind of laying it out at the moment. So as I say, we're now going to go 22 up from here. So this is how high our mob platform is going to be. This is where they're going to start spawning, kind of around here. And we are at y equals 216. So we are so far above the ground that nothing else can spawn down there. And just to let you know, this is not the most efficient way to do things. If you want the most efficient, you have to dig all of this out, down to bedrock, down to 0. And you have to clear out or light up all caves. In fact, you have to clear out all caves in a 128 block around you. Obviously, no one's going to do that much digging. This is going to be efficient enough for what we want it for. So I'm going to pop this water here to give us a way down. I'm going to put it down the middle as well. As you can see, it's going to go right down to the floor at the bottom of the world and give us a way up and down on this platform. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build up all 4 sides to be here. So here we are. Our entire drop chute has been cleared. It is still fully blocked in down there, so we will need to sort that out afterwards. But what we will do for now is we will now go out 8 blocks. So 9 starting from this one, 8 blocks in all directions. And that is because we will be using water streams to push the mobs down to this middle platform. Water will travel 8 blocks and the 9th block will be the wall. So here we are with all 4 branches going out. And as I say, the end ones are just for the wall. So we build up by 2. We pop some sides on like so, and we just drag them back all the way to the middle column. Like so. And then, so what this means is once I pop this down. I'll hop up here quickly. So the bottom layer will have the water on it, which pushes down to the middle. And the top layer has buttons on it. And having buttons there tricks the mobs into thinking they can walk over them. So they'll be up on the platform where I'm standing now, and they'll walk this way, thinking they can walk on the buttons. They'll fall into the water stream, they'll get pushed down the bottom, and we will be there to take all their loot. So I'm just going to do this for the other 3 sides. Okay, so that's all done. These middle bits here we will fill in a second. They're only there so I can actually jump up onto this platform here. So the next step is to fill in these 4 corners. You can basically see where we're going. We just go straight out from here and straight out from here, and we just fill it all in. So here we are. This is now finished. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fill in these corners because we no longer need these bits. But what we will do is we will put some little walkways just here, just so we can help get around. And the reason I'm doing this is because then we can have our water here, but held back until we're ready to release it. The other thing I really suggest doing is lighting this bad boy up. Just spam torches everywhere, basically, because this is a mob spawner. So if you leave, this whole platform can now spawn mobs. That is what it's designed to do. But you don't want to be up here while it does it. Well, I mean, it can't do it while you're up here because of the whole 24 distance thing. But what you don't want to do is go away to pick up some more materials. And you come back to find there's just loads of stuff up here. That is not a good time for anyone. So we're just going to spam torches around. So once we leave, it should be too well lit up for anything to spawn. So there will be no nasty surprises for us when we get back. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to build up the wall around the edge here, this here. There are 2 things you can do for this. You can either go too high, which is what I'm going to do. This will allow all mobs except for Endermen to spawn. If you don't want Endermen to spawn, which I prefer not to, because they are so easy to find in other places and they can just be a bit of a pain. If you want Enderman to spawn, you want your wall to be 3 high. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have it 2 high, and that block will be my roof block. So I am now going to go around the whole area, just doing this, and we are back with our wall completely done. So as I say, this bit is going to be our roof level, so I'm going to do that. What I am going to do first is I'm just going to pop some slabs on the top, like so. The reason for that is these slabs are bottom half slabs. As you can see, they're on the bottom half of the block. If I put one there, you can see the top half is empty. And that means these blocks are not spawnable. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to run around. I'm going to absolutely cover the place in these slabs. And then I'm going to go underneath and just put these blocks down. You can't just leave it as slabs because they let light through. And if there is any light in here, nothing spawns. So we put the full blocks in to block the light, we put the half slabs on top to block any spawns. And that means this is a completely dark room with lots of things spawning in here. So that is the whole layer of bottom half slabs on the roof. This basically means nothing can spawn on the roof. So the next bit now is to fill in the actual roof. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to town and I'm going to make some hoppers and some chests. And the reason we do this is to be able to collect the loot without having to walk around and gather it. So these are the materials I've got now. We've got a couple of chests with some loot. We've got some hoppers to pick up the loot from under the floor. We've got a couple more slabs. We're running out of blocks entirely. We've also got some trapdoors because it gives that little bit of extra kind of sight restriction that we can use to keep a little bit more safe. The most dangerous thing is a creeper seeing us, blowing up and ruining everything. So this will help keep their line of sight blocked, and we should not have that happen. So this is how we have it. We have a chest here just to pick up all the loot. We have some hoppers just feeding into the chest from the back. This will pick up the loot from the on top of the slabs here and feed them into the chest, so we don't have to run around trying to gather everything. That's all kind of automatic. automated, I can't do words today, fed into the chest here. And as I say, we have some slabs here. We've got a very small line of sight here, but as you can see, we can reach the back, and hopefully that means that nothing can see us, especially those creepers. And if those creepers do see us, they'll explode. So we have to make sure they don't, which keeps the whole thing kind of a bit more safe and secure. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up the top there. I'm going to take out the torches, and hopefully that means this thing gets turned on. What I did forget to do was, so we're making a permanent water source up the top here, just quickly. We're going to run around. We're going to put the water in the water streams here, and we're going to break these blocks. So as you can see, this then pushes down to the water here, but does not fall down to the down the central column. And this basically means that the mobs... I haven't done the buttons. Right, so I got my buttons, and then all the buttons do is you just do that. And they go around the top layer of every channel. Mobs think they can walk on them. They can't, so they fall off here into the water streams, and they fall down the bottom. So that is all the buttons done. Just going to take this apart. We release these. As you can see, as you take out the torches, it gets really dark in here. It's pitch black, in fact. Now, all the water, if I put this down here. So as you can see from these kind of ones, the water will flow to the middle but not down. The only bit we have here is the water source I had there to begin with to get up and down. So the mobs will walk over these buttons thinking they can, fall into the water, fall down the platform, and then we'll be there to greet them with our sword. The only thing to do now is to drop down, take the water source with us, and see what happens. And there we go. As you can see, the water has gone, so the mobs are falling down now. And we just hit them. The water took some time to dissipate. So, as you can see, they drop down. They are one hit. All the loot is going into the chest, which makes it really easy for us to gather. And it now means we have a decent source of experience to feed our enchanting with. Okay, and we are back. And I've been doing this for, I don't know, 45 minutes or something, just while I had some lunch. You can see from the bar down the bottom, we're now at level 49, and I believe we're at 26, 27, 28, something like that when we started. So that will feed our enchanting habits. You can also see from the sword here, it's taking quite a lot of damage. The axe, if I use that to kill stuff, you can see is flashing green where it's losing durability, and then it's immediately healing itself through the experience. And here we are back at home. Need to grab some of this. Unbreaking, and that's all. That's a shame. Efficiency 4 on a hoe. That's not very helpful. Unbreaking 3 on a helmet. Or protection 3 on a chest plate. So helmet. That's really good. Protection, Unbreaking, and Aqua Affinity. And what do we have now? Just Unbreaking 3, that's a shame. So that means we are fully enchanted. Very shiny. What you can do is if you make some extra armor, some extra diamond armor, and you come over here and you have a look using any old armor that you've got, any leather or iron or anything you have in your chest, you can see what enchantments you get. And actually this has got protection 4 on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new chest plate out of diamond. I'm going to take that and I'm going to combine them. So we'll make a new chest plate. This is not the most efficient way of doing things, but we're not ready for the most efficient way of doing things just yet. It's just a good demonstration of what we can do. So protection 4. And then we come over to our anvil. That goes in there. That goes in there. That goes in there. And as you can see, it combines them together at experience cost. And you get both. Mr. Anderson, we meet again. Going to trade all the paper for some emeralds. And that is why you need so much paper. And that is why I keep this sugarcane field as farmed as often as I can. Are we getting there? We'll be able to heal that sword up. This just has to be done, right? You can't not have that. Oh, I can't afford it. Oh no, what can we do? How do we get some experience for that? Well, we're all prepared for this situation. Just taking care of that. So here we are back at the grinder, and this is exactly what we made this for. We got all this experience, which you can see is now mending the sword as I collect all these experience orbs. And all the experience will go into the mending before it will go onto my experience bar. So if I swap to this, it goes to my experience bar because this is fully healed and doesn't need any. If I go to this, all the experience goes into the weapon first, which is nice because you want your equipment all mended before you need the experience, really. And here we go. Had to be done, right? Enchanting the hoe. Who wouldn't want to do that? The other thing I did is I took nothing. I did not pick up the bows. So these are the two bows that I'm picking up. As you saw from the just now, you can combine enchants. So I'm just going to combine these two. It's going to heal it a little bit because it also mixes or combines the durability, and it'll upgrade power 1 and power 1 to power 2. And we'll take some arrows because you need arrows. One of the questions a lot of people have when they combine things is, you can see from here, we're getting Unbreaking 1 and Power 2 by having a cost of 4 levels. But if I swap these around, we have Power 2 and Unbreaking 1 at a cost of 6 levels. We have the same result by mixing the same two bows, but it's more expensive, and people don't get why. So the reason this is happening is because you are taking the enchants from the second object and putting them on the first object. So what we're doing at the moment is we are moving one enchant from this bow to this bow, which is why it's costing 4. We swap them around, we are moving 2 enchants from this bow to this bow, which is more expensive because it's more enchants, which is why it costs a bit more. So unless you are doing it on purpose because you want to overwrite something with something else, fire protection with protection, that sort of thing, you want to put the one with the most enchants in the first slot because you just get it cheaper. And that's pretty much my standard hotbar right there. I'm not sure I need to carry around a hoe as much as I do. I can probably just keep that in a chest somewhere for when I need it. But at the moment, that's kind of my default loadout. Well, all you beautiful people, that's all the time we have for today's episode. Thank you for clicking. If you've managed to stick through to the end, I know it's not a very good episode today, so if you have got as far as this message, then I really appreciate your face. If you'd like to see how this series improves, if you would like to see how my own style of recording and editing improves, then please do hit that subscribe button. Please do hit that bell notification button. When a new episode goes live, you'll be told and you can come in and see how we progress. If you have any comments on how to improve, either as a recorder, editor, or general Minecrafter, please leave them in the comments. Otherwise, if you like the video, please click that like button. Thank you for coming, and I will see you next time.